Happy Tuesday. I want to welcome you to another episode of Moments of Clarity. It's another beautiful Tuesday, and I just want to thank you for taking your time to come and hang out with your boy, Charlie Tubbs III, aka Gentry. We're in the studio today with me today. I have a crazy, amazing, creative queen. I'm so happy that she took time out of her Tuesday. She's all the way on the East Coast to hang out with your boy Gentry today. So that's in the person of ALEX.WAY. Alex, welcome to Moments of Clarity. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for hanging out with me today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to listen to some of Alex's music. We're going to have a lot of dope conversations today. So I want you to strap in, share the live, let people know that we're on, and we're going to have a great time on this episode of Moments of Clarity. Let's go. So listen, so today is January 19th, a beautiful Tuesday. Happy New Year to everybody. I want to thank you all so much. This is my birthday month, so I've been turning up all month. That's the way I do. And so one of the ways I wanted to turn up was to have some cool people on my podcast this month. And ALEX.WAY is someone that I met on an app called Big O. And she was actually a part of one of my artist showcases called Pastor Mike. And she won because her vibes were freaking amazing. So ALEX.WAY, welcome. Welcome to Moments of Clarity. Tell us a little bit about yourself as a creative, as an artist. You are an artist. You're on the East Coast, but where are you in the country?
I'm actually in the Midwest. I'm from Detroit,
Midwest,
Michigan.
okay.
Yep, I'm from Detroit, Michigan. So
Hey.
that's where I'm at right now.
Hey, the Motor City. That's where all the good music comes from, for real, though.
Yes, sir.
I mean, just historically. So you're in a good place. It must be something in the water, because Detroit has some really, really dope artists, and and you're on that list as a dope creative, as a dope artist. So tell me a little bit about your start, Alex. How did you get started singing? Did you start singing at an early age? How did you get started?
Well, I actually first started playing violin. That was my first introduction to music, really. Well, okay. I'm sorry, that's incorrect. I was singing when I was in the church, but I didn't really start getting into music until I started playing violin. So, I used to sing, growing up in the church and the children's choir and all that. And then when I got to school, I remember I always wanted to play violin because at our church we'll always have an orchestra every Sunday, and I always wanted to be playing in the orchestra. So I knew I was going to play violin, and they wouldn't let you play until 5th grade. So 5th grade came, and I was ready, and I got my violin. And then I didn't really sing like that. Like, I didn't really start singing like that until, I would say, in high school. I did this jazz program at the Arts League of Michigan, and I don't even remember how I ended up singing a song, but I ended up singing one song there, and then from there I just kept singing.
So you started off as an instrumentalist, and that love for music
Yes.
just prompted you to start singing. So were you singing in church prior to you are playing violin in church?
I was doing both, but I didn't think I could sing like that. Like, I didn't know how it was like I didn't know my voice was something people want to listen to. Like, I just figured, like, in my head, it was just everybody in the church sings. That's just how it goes. And that's just, part of going to church versus like, oh, I'm singing.
Yeah, but I mean, so I'm so glad you stuck with it. You are a dope instrumentalist. I love the fact that you play a violin, which is a unique instrument in our culture.
Thank you.
Most people play the drums, or they'll play the keys, or they play the bass guitar or the guitar. But you decided to play the violin, and that's dope that you did that. And I have heard you play violin, and it's a vibe, girl. You got great vibes just exuding from you. So, as a creative, where do you get your inspiration from? As you are creating, as you're writing music, as you are singing music, where'd your inspiration really come from?
It comes from different places. When writing, I guess it comes a lot from like my life experience, or
Mhm.
sometimes the life experience of a friend or somebody I know or something I've seen. It just pretty much any and everywhere, honestly.
No, I think that's dope, and I think as creatives, we have to be one free to express ourselves creatively, and nobody can really tell us where the inspiration comes from. It's just sort of kind of, hey, wherever it comes from is where it comes from. I coach a lot of creatives and a lot of songwriters, and a lot of songwriters that may maybe write one style of music or one genre style of music, and I'm trying to I try to encourage them to expand that because you're a creative. You know, when you are a creative, you sort of kind of
Yeah,
have unlimited areas that you can tap into to get inspiration. So thank you for one staying yielded to get the right inspiration. You have some dope music out. I've been vibing
thank
to
you.
it since I met you. And so I want to talk about one of your songs that we're going to listen. We're going to listen to three songs today, but I want to talk about one of your songs. Way I am. So tell me what was your inspiration behind that song, and then we'll listen to it a little bit and we'll talk a little bit more about it.
Okay. My inspiration for that song, I started writing it when I was in high school, and then I finished it, I think maybe my first year in college. I think I started writing it like my sophomore year in high school. Um, and that was like a time where, you're like, you're raised and you're taught certain things, and you're taught certain things, and as you get older, you want to figure out things for yourself, how to make things work for yourself. So that's what I really wrote that about, is like trying to learn how to be comfortable with myself and learning how I want to be, who I want to be. And yeah, so that's that song.
All right, dope. Well, let's listen to a little bit of it. Let's listen to a little bit of Way I Am.
Okay. In my room, all alone, thinking about the days that have passed, and how lately it's been good days. But how long will good times last? I feel like everything's going wrong. The good days are no longer sweet. They say these four walls cannot talk. So why does it feel like they're mocking me for not being enough? For not being who you expect me to be. So as I sit here and hurt, I wonder why I can't see that I'm just the way that I am. Don't let nobody change me. I'm a superwoman, a Miss Independence. I can be all I imagine to be. It made me feel like I'm not
That's a vibe. That's a vibe. I can appreciate that song on a lot of different levels. I love the fact it's one of those songs where you're appreciating and you're celebrating your uniqueness, your vibe, your queendom, and I love all of that. That's dope. It's ever. That's super dope. And the fact that you will put that in a form of a song, as it inspires you, I'm sure it inspire a lot of other women as well. So thank you for that presentation. That was actually really dope.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah,
gonna be
that.
another song that I'm gonna be listening to a lot. That's really dope.
Okay.
You know, I got stuck. I really
Thank you.
got stuck. I'm serious. I got stuck on the song that you did at my artist showcase. Hello. Listen, that song is so crazy to me. The vibes on that song is crazy. So definitely stick around, everybody. We're gonna get to the song Hello. But the next song that you wanted to highlight today was I Love You, right?
It's called Love.
Love. It's called Love. Okay, cool. I have it. It's right here.
Yes.
So tell me your inspiration with that song. Tell me your inspiration. What inspired you to write that song?
This song, I actually just kind of wrote it from the feeling. Like I think I wrote on a day where I was really feeling loved, and that's just where I came from. Like honestly, that's really it to that song.
So when you talk about love, you're talking about love from God, love from humanity, love from. So just expound out on that inspiration of love for me. You said you felt love, so just expound it a little bit more for me.
Yeah, I mean all of that. Like I said, it was just honestly that song started off just like being a song about just any and everybody who made me feel loved, and then it's more so now like a song about being in love, but where I wrote it from, that's where I wrote it from.
Sweet. Let's listen to a
Yeah.
little bit of love. Let's get these vibes going. Love.
You make me feel beautiful. I love nothing else on a bad day can pick me up. Your love can make me cry. Wow, I smile at the very same time. And it's hard to believe that someone like you could truly, truly be mine. It's the simple things you do to complicated things you've been through
Nice.
that make you oh so wonderful. Yeah, babe, it's you. Are you just some words from the heart? Just some words in a song. Just to let you know how I feel and I want you by my side all life long. So don't ever leave me. Please don't ever leave me. I just want the chance to show you my love. When I wake up, it's you I see. When I close my eyes, it's you I breathe.
You breathe. Nice.
I can never get enough of you. You are all I need. I do
Yes.
my best to be there, my best to support you, my best to please you, and show you how I adore you. And all I ask in return is to simply tell me you love me too. These are just some words from the heart.
Nice.
Just some words in a song. Just to let you know
Hey, I like color in the
how I
background.
feel and that I need you by my side all night long. Don't you ever leave me. Please don't ever leave me. Don't you ever leave me. Please don't ever
Hey Alex, this is a vibe. I like this song. I like it one because the message is clear.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful love letter. It's a beautiful song. Yeah, so that's dope. That I mean, just great energy on that song. And I loved all that color stuff you did in the backgrounds. I heard
Thank you.
most people, the average ear won't hear that. So thank you for giving us all that ear candy.
Thank you.
So who are some
Thank
artists?
you.
Yeah. So who are some artists that inspire you as a creative?
I would probably say my biggest inspiration, um, probably India Ari is probably it's definitely at the top. Um, I think another inspiration for me, and it's gonna sound random, but Neo is the inspiration for me.
No, it's good.
Um, uh, I mean, like I would say those are probably the main two. As far as like my songs and my songwriting. I mean, I do listen to a lot of other artists for sure, but I would say maybe they're probably the biggest.
Cool. So we're playing the violin. Do you play any other string instruments like guitar or any other string instruments?
I play guitar a little bit.
A little bit. So now,
Yeah,
I know it's extremely different playing the guitar, playing obviously the violin because you're sort of kind of playing over the strings versus plucking the strings on a guitar. Um, was it
yes.
sort of kind of an interesting transition from you coming from violin to guitar, or was it not so difficult?
Oh, it's still difficult for me, honestly. It's like everybody always told me like, oh, it'll be so easy because you just like switch from violin to guitar. But it's easy in certain ways as far as like finger dexterity, I guess, but then other ways it's not because on violin we don't put our fingers across six strings. We don't do that necessarily all the
Right.
time. Like that's not a normal regular thing to do. Whereas with guitar that is. It's the position holding. Like it still gives me a hard time to this day. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's easy, but it's not in the same way. Like they're so similar that it kind of makes it harder than it would be. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, it still gives me trouble for sure. But
Oh,
that's how the
yeah.
game goes. So
No, I get it. I understand it completely because even like your finger position, everything is different, from one instrument to the other. So yeah, I get how that is extremely different.
yeah.
And so yeah, so I think you're dope for challenging yourself to learn multiple instruments throughout your musical journey. So what are some of your aspirations as a creative? Where do you want your music to go? Where do you want to go as a creative? How far do you want to go? What are some things you want to accomplish? Let's talk about some of that.
I mean, I just want my music to reach the whole world. Like, I mean, I have like certain things like I would love to win Grammys and all the awards, but honestly, I just want it to be a worldwide movement. That's really my main goal.
And all of your songs seem to have a message of love, which is dope. I love that idea. What is that your church roots sort of kind of coming through in your messaging of love and peace and harmony, or is that just who you are as an individual?
Um, I mean, I guess it could be both. I never really thought about that necessarily. I guess it could be both. Well, specifically for that EP, that was the whole theme of it. So, it was different kinds of love. Like I have a song on there about love of community. Way I Am is about self-love. Love is about being in love. Hello, same things. Hello is about being in love. It's funny because, like I said, the love song I wrote from a feeling. Wasn't necessarily about being in love for me. And I know the words kind of give that vibe of it being a song about being in love with someone. I understand that, but where it came from was a feeling of love. And it's funny because somebody told me that they sing that song to themselves a lot of
Mhm.
days. So it can be interpreted however you want. But yeah, and then I have another song on there that's about losing love. So yeah, that was kind of the theme for this EP. So I wouldn't say that's gonna be all my music, but definitely for this project, that was the theme. Sure.
So the idea was to take your audience through a journey of the different phases of love, right? Because the album is called Phases. So
Yes,
okay, that was the goal.
yes,
Okay, cool. I think
yes.
that's a dope concept. Yeah, and I think that's important for people to know in general the importance of self-love. We talk about that a lot on this show because we see the trauma that's happening sort of kind of in the world around us. And I know for a fact as a coach that the root of a lot of that is it's hard for anybody to love somebody else when they don't love themselves first. And so I applaud you for making a conscious choice to be in a space like, hey, let's show people these phases of love because it definitely starts with you loving yourself first and you appreciating all the qualities that is you, you know. And
Yeah.
so I think that's dope to be able to one acknowledge that in your own self, like that there are qualities that are unique in me. They're not like anybody else, and I can celebrate those things. And so um, I love the music that I'm hearing because it speaks to all the things that we need to hear, all the things that we need to hear repeatedly in our conscious, in our subconscious about who we are as unique individuals, and all of us are unique individuals, and so we need to appreciate and love on the uniqueness that is individually us. So, girl, you got a whole vibe in these streets.
Thank
And
you.
so, what did you where how did you come up with your artist name, Alex Way?
Oh, that's my real name.
Oh, okay. I thought this was your artist. I listen.
Yeah.
That's dope and dope. Because I thought it was a play on like, hey, I'm doing it my way. So this is Alex Way. This is where I'm doing this thing. I thought
No.
that's dope though. That's dope. That's a win-win. So listen. So
Yeah.
use that and
Yeah, that's
going
my real
forward.
name.
No, use that and go forward and say, yeah,
Yeah.
my name is Alex Way because I do my music my way. Oh, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. So I love all that. That's really really dope. So my favorite song that you
Thank
have
you.
is called Hello. And when I say it, I cannot stop listening to this song. I am so addicted to this song. Which is the reason why I wanted to save it to last because it's like my favorite song. It's such a vibe, and when you listen to it, you get sort of kind of caught up in the lyrics because it's sort of kind of telling a story. And then when you get to the hook, that vibe hits you, you be like, oh my God. Yeah, it's such a vibe. And so
Thank you.
you're probably one of my favorite artists on Big O for that song alone. And so
Oh,
like
thank you.
when you came to my artist showcase and I hadn't heard your music before you came to the artist showcase. I think I saw you on a live singing. I'm like, oh, she's dope. So I wanted to invite you to the Pastor Mike Artist Showcase. And so when you came and you did this song, I was like, what? Oh my God. I literally had to put myself on mute because I was literally in the panel screaming like, what the what? It's such a vibe. So
Thank
please
you.
tell our audience about what inspired this song, Hello.
Honestly, I was sitting in my apartment. I think this was my senior year in college. I wrote it. That was like what, 4 or 5 years ago? Oh my God. Okay. Um, so I was sitting in my apartment and I wanted to come up with something catchy and something easy for people to sing along with. I feel like, I write a lot and I felt like I didn't always necessarily write for a catchy hook or just, I like more radio friendly stuff, and which I'm okay with because I like to just write what is dear to me. So I'm okay with that. But I was like, you know what? I want to come up with something that's catchy, that's easy for people to sing along to. And I was just kind of playing around with some chords and I just came up with the hello. And the reason why I started with hello is because I usually use that to test mics and stuff. Like when I do sound check, I don't do 1, 2, 3, 4. I just sing hello. Like I usually go hello or something like that, like just to check it. So I was just singing hello to go with the chords I came up with. And then from there, that's when I wrote the hook. And then the verses came on. I wanted the verses to still say something. Um, but with the hook being catchy. So I sat down and thought about it started with the beginning is sort of like a personal experience, but then the rest of the story is kind of like my imagination. Yeah.
Listen, this song, I promise you, I cannot stop listening to it. It's so chilled. It's such a vibe, and then the hook just, I mean, the chorus, I mean, the verses are really really good, and so it really just like, okay, okay, I'm following this, I'm following this, I'm following this, and then it's something happens when that hook happens. That hook's just like it just sets you on. This set me on fire. I was like, what? It really this song is such a vibe, and I'll be honest with you. This is a project that you put out 4 years ago, right? This thing is ready
Mm,
for right now. It's still ready. It's still ready. So this is one of those songs
thank you.
that will never get old because everybody wants to be in love. Everybody wants to feel love, and this song "Hello" just talks you through that courtship. I thought it was the dope. Listen, I thought it was the dopest thing ever. So listen, so audience, be prepared. This song is gonna mess y'all up. So definitely, everybody that's watching this, definitely go to wherever you get music from. Whether it be Google Play, iTunes, wherever you get music from, and download actually this whole EP called Phases. The song is it's a lot. Listen, all the songs we heard today was a vibe. This song is gonna stress you out in a good way,
Thank you.
and there is a such thing as good stress, and that's what this song was for me. This song was for me. It was good stress because it was such a feel good. I mean, such a feel good vibe. If you've ever
Good
aspire
stress.
to be in love and you know what their courtship sort of kind of feels like when you meet somebody and the vibe and the chemistry is right, this song is gonna get you right together. So this is a song by Alex.WAY. It's called Hello. Get ready, I'm telling you, this is a whole vibe, trust me. Oh my god.
I never thought he'd notice me, 'cause around here he's a star. But then one day he noticed me and started a spark. He smiled at me from across the room, and then he waved. Then he made his way over to me, and he said, "Hello, what's up? Hey, how you doing? My name is, what's yours? I like to talk to you and call you real soon, and maybe we can be cool and hang out, have fun, and start something beautiful, something beautiful."
Foolishness.
We're both a little older now, moving on to bigger things now. He has his dreams, I have mine, and it turns out they both coincide. I never thought we'd make it this far, but here we are. He's my best friend. And I thank God for the day when he came to me and said, "Hello, what's up? Hey, how you doing? My name is, what's yours? I like to talk to you and call you real soon. And maybe we can be cool and hang out, have fun, and start something beautiful.
This song is
Something
stressful.
beautiful."
Oh, the ear kid in the back, I hear you.
We're standing
Listen, Alex, listen. This song is so stressful for me. It takes me through. It takes me through. This song is a whole vibe. OMG. I love the bounce and the hook. What's up, John Pierce? Thank you for joining, bro. Listen, that song takes me through. I'm sorry. So if y'all saw me turning up, y'all know it's taking me through. It's good stress, and I just it's a whole vibe. So thank you so much for that offering. I appreciate it. That song
Thank
is
you.
crazy. It's
Thank you.
crazy.
I appreciate that.
Oh my God, that song takes me through it. It's great stress for me. Ah, thank you so much for that. Um, so what's next for you, Alex? Are you working on new music now, or you have some more music coming out? Talk to me about what's next.
Yeah, I do. Well, I have music that I have now. It's supposed to be last year, but COVID kind of put a hold on it.
That
Just
listen,
because
that
to do
Thug
the
Rona, I call Corona Thug Rona.
because
It's
Rona is a thug. That's
it's a
why.
thug trust. Yikes.
Yeah,
So so you have music that
yeah,
you're working on. You working
that
on now? Do you have music that you're working on now?
yeah. So I have music I'm working. Yeah, I have music I'm working on now. It's in the process. We're hoping to get it out this summer. It might not be to the fall. Just depends on how soon people can, or at least people can be, or are comfortable being in the studio together. Um, but yeah, I don't have like a release date for anything yet, but there's definitely stuff coming this year. Um, and I'm working with a couple of different people on a couple of different projects right now, so I'm really excited for the stuff I do have to come out. But yeah, I'll definitely have some stuff out this year for sure.
That is dope. Listen, Alex, your whole vibe. I appreciate all your sounds. I appreciate the different textures that's in your voice. Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
love all. I love your chest to false. I love all that stuff you do vocally. It's just it's a beautiful vibe. You're a phenomenal artist, and I'm excited about I'm excited about what's next for you musically. Listen, because I'm like, okay, you're gonna have to top Hello, because Hello just it's great stress for me. It's great stress for me. And so that's dope that we're doing this right now. It's February, and I mean it's January rather, but we're getting ready for February, which is Valentine's Day. That's a love month. It's also Black History Month, even more importantly than that. But this is just a great song for those y'all that may be in that little that love struck phase. This is a great song just to commemorate your love struck phase. So if that's the space you're in,
Yeah,
it's great. And if you're not in that space, it's a beautiful memory. Either way, it's just good either way. It makes you feel good. The vibes and the energy around that song is just great. It really came from a really really dope place. So I just appreciate you. One, I think every artist has to yield themselves to creativity, because when you are creative, when you're an artist, creativity is coming to you all the time. We can get inspired. I know I can get inspired from anywhere, and so but still we still have to yield ourselves to that to those moments of inspiration, whether we write the idea down or we sing it in our phone, or we can just let it go by. So I appreciate you, one, for yielding yourself to give us that song. Hello hello.
thank you.
How, however you say it, it's appropriate, because this song is just a great vibe. So that's dope. So you live in Michigan, and so I know you're quarantining, so you know you down, and so do you feel like this has helped you to create more? Well, I know everybody would rather be out in the streets doing stuff, but do you feel like this downtime has helped you create more?
Um, it has in certain ways. Like I've had more recording time, I believe, like to sit down. I feel like I was usually running and like there was always a show coming up and there was never really downtime to just sit and practice just for the sake of practicing versus practicing for something that I have coming up. So I will say I've had more time to intentionally practice and intentionally record. Um, but yeah, I don't know if I mean, it was a little stifled at first because it's a very weird and different thing to just be not be able to see your friends and like not go outside really. Like only place I would go is grocery store. So that was weird, you know. So it was at first, but then, you know, once I got a little bit more used to the situation, it was a little bit easier to create and to work. So
Otherwise, uh, I'll be burning down the city. So I appreciate the things that are
we
constantly
don't want
inspiring me.
that.
I know. So let me ask you this: as a beautiful Black queen, woman, alive in 2021, I know there's so much going on in our social and political climate. How are you doing as a queen, a Black queen? How are you? How are you?
You know, just take it one day at a time. That's all you can do. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on. It's just a lot. So,
A lot, a lot.
yeah.
So, so that's cool. I think it's important to take it one day at a time. And I know a lot of creators, a lot of friends of mine, they decide, hey, I'm not watching the news no more because
Yeah, I
I just, yeah,
definitely don't watch the news as much. Like I stopped watching, I think it was after the Philando video was on
oh yeah,
Facebook. I got really careful about what I watched and I stopped consuming a lot of stuff because it was just, I mean, I get why people do pay attention to the news. I'm not saying anybody shouldn't, but I had to turn it off just because it was just a lot to take in and a lot to process. So I do watch the news every once in a while. Like, I still want to know what's going on, but if it's not, if it's something I can go back and like read a summary of from someone's article or go back and watch a summary video of the news report, I try to do that versus like for instance the Capitol thing. I didn't watch the whole thing. I just like I heard of it and I saw the beginning and then I looked after it was all over just to see the follow up. But stuff like that, I don't really try to spend time on. So it just
yeah. No,
depends.
no, I get it. I get it as a creative for one, but then also I'm actually sort of kind of sensing and discerning that you are an empath as well. I'm an empath, and so I feel everything. And so I do have to monitor my intake of bad information, bad news. I have to monitor my intake of it because it is so easy for me to potentially slip into a depression if I'm not mindful of what I'm consuming. And so I get that. I definitely understand that. I think I'm at a place where I have where I'm, because I have a podcast and I talk to a lot of different people, a lot of people that are clients. So um, I do watch the news every day. As it's just that's just for me and for what I do professionally and what I do creatively. Um, but I do understand when people say I don't watch the news. I'm like, you ain't doing nothing. Listen, you ain't doing nothing wrong because I understand it could be extremely depressing, and depending on the way your emotions are set up, like if you're an empath, and I literally feel everything, and so I do have to balance my intake. And if I watch the news, that means I got to go watch. A Dave Chappelle special or something that's gonna make me really, really laugh really hard
Yeah,
to
yeah,
balance that out in order to stay sane. So yeah, that's what
yeah,
I do. So if I watch something extremely negative and I'm usually crying, I'm like, yep, I need to watch something funny to bring me back because otherwise I'm gonna flip, I'm gonna snap. And so that's what I do, and that's how I balance out my sad intake or my negative intake. I have to come back with something positive, or I'll listen to positive music. Um, I want you to follow John Pierce too. He put a comment. I'm gonna put his comment back up here as well. He was talking about your song "Hello," but I had John Pierce on my podcast a few weeks ago, and he's actually in the Midwest as well. He's a Chicago house
Oh,
artist.
wow, okay.
Oh my God.
Nice.
Uh,
Okay, I love
oh,
house music.
listen, download everything John Pierce. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play this song "Powerful" before we get off because that song just is great. It's a great vibe, and it really. I tell people all the time, you got to find music that help you balance you out, and it's a great song. It really is a great song, and so I appreciate you one for again yielding yourself to your artistry. You know what I'm saying? And that is a conscious decision that we all have to make as
Thank you.
artists. Whether again yield ourselves to creativity or just let it pass us by. So thank you for maximizing those moments to yield to creativity, but not just yield to it, but do something about it and create. And I tell creators, especially right up and through here, if you can center yourself, this is the perfect time to create something. Because if you're at home, especially because I know we're all bored, and so I was like, that is the cure to boredom. Create something. It don't necessarily have to be a song. It could be a poem. It could be something. But constantly exercise your gift of creativity. As artists, Alex, we've actually been called to change the world through the arts. You know what I'm saying? So is that through is that if that's through a song or if that's through a poem? Our songs definitely should reflect the times that we live in, and so. I just want to encourage any artist or creative that's watching. If you're bored, create something. Create something. It don't matter what it is. Even if it's just you yelling into your phone, uh, do it. Go ahead. Even if it's you, I'm serious. If it's you, just grab it. If you mad, you watch the news and you want to vent about the news, record that in your phone. I'm telling you, uh, all art, you can't, as a creative, you cannot create anything wrong, nor can you create anything bad. It's impossible. You're creative. You can't create anything wrong or bad. Um, there
Yeah.
may be a certain audience for it, and I think once you find that audience for it, you'll find out that everything that you've ever written, everything you've ever created, there's somebody else there. There's somebody on the planet that'll vibe to it, that will connect to it. So,
For sure.
Alex, if you got songs, put them all out. I'm telling you, somebody gonna vibe to it. Somebody's gonna connect to it. Somebody's gonna connect to it in a way, and you'll be surprised how people vibe to what we do in our creative spaces. That's why we're here on the earth. We're here to create and make the world better through artistic expression. So thank you, Alex, for being you. Thank you for doing that for us. And I just want to say you definitely inspired me as a creative.
Thank you.
Yeah, you inspired me to feel, and that just took me back. That Hello song just took me back to those butterflies. I'm like, oh, this song is just making me feel good. So, um, thank you so much for that song. I love that song, man. Listen, I promise you, I love that song. So, I appreciate
Thank
you for
you.
being who you are. So, Alex, what would you say to someone that
Yes.
aspires to do what you do?
Um, the biggest thing is just to go for it, honestly. Like, there's no right or wrong way to do it. Everybody gets to their goals differently. Just because one person used step A through C to get there doesn't mean X through Z isn't going to work either. So, just go for it the best way you know how and use what you have and just, don't be afraid to go for it.
I think those are wise words, definitely, because most of us as creatives can be very easily we can be scared of our own shadow, and
Hmm.
when you understand the song that Alex put out her album, the first song we listened to.
Your mic is muted, I think.
Okay, that's better.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think those are great words of advice, especially because as creators, we could be sometimes scared of our own shadow. And so, definitely being bold, being confident in what you do creatively is definitely key to your success. And then understanding your uniqueness. I think I can celebrate the first song that we heard from Alex today was about appreciating your uniqueness. You know what I'm saying? And not just appreciating it, but loving it, falling in love with your uniqueness. When you understand there's nobody like you on the planet, like your thumbprint, your toe print, and even your vocal print is unique. There are people that can imitate you, but nobody can really, really get it quite right like you. And when you understand that, you won't be so insecure about what somebody else brings to the table. And yeah, they can do that, but all the stuff that you can do is even, just as dope. So never be scared, afraid of your own
Yeah.
shadow. Never be afraid to be uniquely you, because that's what we need. That's what the world is looking for. That's what we're waiting on. Is you? Is you? We're waiting on you. You are what we're looking for. So never be afraid to step outside the box and be you. If that's different from everything that we've ever seen, kudos to you. Get out there and get it. Get out in the streets and be amazing. We need you. We need your creative element in this world space. Whatever you bring to the table, again, you can't create anything wrong, and you cannot create anything bad. It will be an indictment against the creator because the creator is glorified when the creation does what it was created to do. I just said something. So yeah, celebrate that. All you creators out there, celebrate that. I want to definitely shout out my guest today, ALEX.WAY, who's a whole vibe, and she does do her music her way. I just gave you a tagline, Alex. That is so dope. Use all the
Thank
elements. ALEX.WAY, because Alex does it her way. Oh, that's dope. Oh, I love all of that. Um, but Alex, thank you so much for being a part of this segment of Moments of Clarity. It's definitely our creative series, and you are definitely creative. You definitely are an artist at heart, and so I just appreciate you sharing your story with us, parts of your story with us. It was dope. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did.
you. Thank you. I had a great time. Thank you for having me on here. And this is a cool platform for sure. Yes.
Hey,
So I'll
most
be looking out for
and so
more.
yeah, and so like when you get your music out during the summer, let me know. Let me know where I can go download it from. I'll definitely go download it. And yeah, so we can bring you right back here because I'm telling you, you got them vibes in you. You got them vibes in you.
Thank
And
you.
so
Thank
and all
you.
and all the artists that you say inspire you, I get it because India is a whole vibe. She never stops vibing.
She is.
Neo just is
She is.
retarded creatively. Yeah, he writes for everybody,
Yeah.
and yeah, so I get all of those two artists that inspire you. So I get it because they inspire me too. Well, listen, guys, this has been a dope moments of clarity, and with my homie, the Queen, ALEX.WAY. Definitely go to wherever you download music from and download her EP Phases. All the music that we heard today is on that particular EP. Download it, vibe to it, get your life. I'm telling you, it's going to take you through all the phases of love, the importance of loving yourself, the importance of loving each other, the importance of finding love. Hey, hello, hey, oh, listen here, all those vibes, girl. It was dope. So hey, what's up, Latisse? Thank you for joining the live today. That is Melodic Dreams. I know you know Melodic Dreams from the
Oh,
panel.
thank you,
Uh,
Latif.
yeah.
Oh, I
So,
didn't even realize those are popping up just now.
oh yeah, yeah. So people been popping up in
Okay.
here. They pop in and throw their comments up. And so,
Okay.
Alex, where your whole vibe, I appreciate all your energy that you bring to your music, and so I get a chance to see you live also on the app, and I just appreciate the positivity that exudes from you on your lives as well. So I just appreciate all your energy, Alex. So
Thank
thank
you.
you for doing what you are doing currently, and continue to stay in that place, stay in that space of creativity, girl. You got a whole vibe working with you. So I appreciate everything that you bring to your creative space.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Hey, so listen, this has been another moments of clarity. We wrap this thing up, but listen, I want you to stay positive. I want you to stay creative. It's so important that you stay creative in this space. If you're bored, create something. Stay positive, stay creative, and most importantly, up here, stay clear. We'll see you next week. Take care.